NFL team previews. We get the San Francisco 49ers, and what a crazy 2022 season for the Niners. It started off losing to the Bears in a monsoon with Trey Lance as quarterback. Jimmy G took it from there, and then Mr. Irrelevant rookie Brock Purdy went undefeated in the regular season. Niners won 12 straight games before losing to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. In the end, they just didn't have a QB who could throw the ball. But what it showed is it doesn't really matter who the QB is in the Kyle Shanahan system. He's going to make it work. It's a roster loaded with playmakers. They finished first in almost every meaningful metric offensively, including number one in DVOA, number one in point differential at plus 173. Brock Purdy's been cleared without restrictions for training camp, and be interesting to see if he can pick up where he left off last season. I do have some doubts. He did beat up on a lot of weak pass defenses last year, and if there's one weakness to this offense, it's their offensive line. Niners also lost a lot of coaching. Teams have basically just picked apart these Shanahan disciples. Steve Wilks is in as new defensive coordinator from the Panthers, replacing DeMeco Ryans. And if you remember back to the Panthers' defense last year, despite how bad they were on offense, that defense showed some heart and played hard for Wilks. So I think the defense is in good hands. The offense lost Bobby Slowick, who was an offensive pass game specialist. DeMeco Ryans took him to Houston with him, but sure, under Shanahan, his experience and leadership, he'll make whoever's on the coaching staff work. But as good as Shanahan is, he does have some flaws that make him tough to bet on, especially in the role of a favorite. Mainly with his in-game decision-making. No team punted more often inside opponent territory with 5 or less yards to go for first down than San Fran. San Fran also tied for most field goal attempts inside the red zone on 4th and 2 or less. Win probability added is a metric based on coaching decision. It measures what a coach does in certain down and distance and what part of the field in late game situations. It's actually a really good metric for totals, which I'll discuss more about in the Discord. Basically, we can use it to figure out which coach's decisions lead to more points or which result in fewer points scored for unders. Shanahan, as great as a coach as he is, rates in the bottom 10 in this metric. He's very passive in scoring opportunities, not exactly what you want in a team you're betting on. The Niners have also been one of the slowest, if not the slowest teams snap to snap over the past 5 seasons. They play slow and methodical, but that might not be the case this season. All the reports and interviews have hinted at this year's team will be a lot more aggressive offensively compared to last year. And without a reliable field goal kicker letting go Robbie Gould, they might not settle for as many field goals and go for it more often this year. But the main reason for this change is Brock Purdy and the confidence they have in him now to run the show. Points per game went from 21 before Purdy took over to 30 points per game when he was the QB, which is a big jump for the Niners offense. Plus, it's another year for McCaffrey, who will now be fully integrated in this offense and healthy. Since being traded, McCaffrey led all running backs in explosive plays with 39, I believe it was. All the receivers are coming back, and they'll be more comfortable with Purdy this season. This is a team that went through a lot of changes and uncertainty at quarterback. Now it's a much more connected unit. On the other side of the ball, defensively, they were great and finished number one in most meaningful metrics, but they did face the easiest schedule of opposing QBs. They only played 2 top 15 QBs, and it was Mahomes and Tua. When adjusted for opponent strength, the Niners' defense still ranked 10th overall, but this defense probably improves this season. In the offseason, they signed free agent Javon Hargrave, who I think is probably the best pass rusher not named Aaron Donald, in my opinion. I'm not sure if that's like a crazy take or not, but the secondary did take a hit, losing cornerback Emmanuel Mosley and safety Jimmy Ward. Now, I always say how important turnovers are in the NFL. Win the turnover battle, and you'll win 80% of the time, and cover the all-important point spread 73% of the time. Now, San Fran finished with the second lowest expected points added lost due to turnovers on offense, and they finished second most EPA gained in turnovers on defense. With those numbers alone, your team will be just fine. Now, normally NFL schedule makers have each team face 1 or 2 opponents that are coming off their bye week. San Fran got screwed somehow, facing 4 opponents coming off a bye week, and will have a significant rest advantages against them. The biggest one is Week 8 versus Cincy, who is coming off a bye week, and San Fran is on a short week coming off playing a Monday night game. But here's the thing. It's probably not a good spot to bet against the Niners in this spot. Historically, since 1999, teams like San Fran playing on only 6 days rest against a team off their bye week. The team with the rest disadvantage, like San Fran, is actually 65% against the spread, with an average margin of victory of 4.8 points. I think the market might over-adjust for this spot a little bit, creating value on the team with the rest disadvantage. That's all I got for the Niners. Thank you for watching. Miami Dolphins, you guys are up next. See you tomorrow.